Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Paige here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 3. So obviously in the premiere episode of The Flash Season 3, we were given the awesome experience of seeing another heroic speedster hit our screens. And this was of course in the form of Wally West's kid, Flash. Now even though Barry did end up letting Reverse Flash go back in time and kill his mother again, in order to return the timeline to somewhat the same as it was before, we were still given a massive hint of the return of Wally West as a speedster in this newly formed post-Flashpoint timeline. This came when Barry was told by Dr. Alchemy himself that he would essentially be giving anyone who was a metahuman and had abilities in the Flashpoint timeline the exact same in this post-Flashpoint timeline. And we saw an example of this with Edward Claris, aka the Rival. Like, even with Edward Claris, he tells Barry that throughout his whole life he felt something was missing, as if he wasn't complete, and this was due to him not having his speed like he did in the Flashpoint timeline. So we might see other examples of this throughout the season, with people in this post-Flashpoint timeline that are given the abilities of their Flashpoint selves, and they do feel that their lives were actually hindered by Barry doing what he did. Also, just a quick note on the Rival. At the end of episode 2, we see him grabbed by the throat by Savitar, who is one of the big bads this season alongside Dr. Alchemy, and they seem to be possibly working together. There does seem to be confusion with people watching the show over whether he died or not. Now the showrunners did sort of hint that he would be in more than 2 episodes earlier this year. Now those plans might have changed and they thought, okay, he's only going to be in the first 2 episodes. But yeah, don't be surprised if the Rival returns, but then don't be surprised if it actually turns out that he did die. But anyway, back to the main topic of this video. So with this plan of Dr. Alchemy, we will be seeing a lot more new metahumans appearing this season, and possible new metahumans that weren't possible before, if you know what I mean, like their abilities and stuff like that. Now obviously the effects from Flashpoint could be the reason for some new metahumans appearing that we did not see beforehand, but you would have to think that Dr. Alchemy will be the catalyst for the majority of them. Now towards the end of season 2, we obviously saw Jesse and Wally get hit by that blast. That followed Barry attempting to get his powers back by recreating the particle accelerator explosion. You would think that this would be the way at giving both of them their speedster powers. However, I think this was the show's way of just introducing Jesse's speed only, especially seeing that Barry then transfers some speed force to her to like awaken her. And we will be seeing the return of Jesse and Earth 2 Harrison Wells in this week's episode, and then Jesse will actually have her speed in this episode. But what about Wally? Well, they definitely did focus on Wally in the scene where Barry tells Team Flash about Dr. Alchemy and his plan to transfer Flashpoint metahuman abilities to this timeline's version of those people. But as the title of this video suggests, the big question around this should be, when will Wally get his speedster powers? The quick answer in my opinion is not for a while, but I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that he gets them in the mid-season finale. To go into more detail as to why I don't think it will happen until the mid-season finale, it's mainly for a cliffhanger. The cliffhanger for the season 3 mid-season finale should be to see Wally encounter Dr. Alchemy, or Dr. Alchemy creating a massive metahumans, including Wally. Because last season, I think the mid-season finale didn't really have that much of a cliffhanger, so it would be really cool if this season they did have one. But why leave it until then for Wally to officially become a metahuman in this timeline? Well, as I said, Jessie Quick will be in this week's episode, and her speedster training with Barry will be a focus over that episode, as well as the following episode the next week as well. And then we also have Caitlin's Killer Frost story arc, which will at least go up to episode 7, which is actually an episode entitled Killer Frost. And then episode 8 is one of the big crossover episodes with Supergirl, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow. So at the earliest, you would think it would have to be the mid-season finale, and that would leave the whole back half of the season for Wally to get settled with his newfound abilities, and for Barry to potentially teach him, which would be a pretty cool thing to happen. But thanks for watching guys, leave your opinions in the comment section below. When do you think that Wally will get his powers? Do you think it'll be next episode? Or do you agree with me that it'll be in the mid-season finale? Or do you think it might not be till the season finale? Leave what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you later guys. Goodbye.